I will first introduce Dr. Emanuele Riva. Emanuele Riva, he is chair of IAF, the International Accreditation Forum, has a university degree in law and is an expert in conformity assessment. And we are very proud that he accepted our invitation to have a speech in our event. Emanuele was vice chair of IAF since 2015, so a long experience on that. The organization that brings together all the accreditation bodies and interested parties that operate in the world of certification, verification, and validation activities. So this is important to us to have the opportunity to meet him. He also holds many roles. Is a Deputy General Manager since 2018 and Director of Certification and Inspection Department since 2014 of Accredia, the national accreditation body in Italy. Is also President of INET QI since 2018 and representing many other organizations belonging to the infrastructure for quality. So it is really an expert. Is also member of the board of the European Accreditation Forum. It's vice president of UNI Commission for Conformity Assessment, and last but not last is a lead assessor for Accredia, IA and IAF. So Emanuele, please start with your presentation. Thank you very much.
Happy to be here to spend with you some minutes to explain what is IAF and the main goals of our organization. So, if I'm able to go on. Okay. So this is these are some numbers. So IAF is a network of accreditation bodies, mostly 91 at the moment, all over the world, 26 association members, and 6 regional groups. So this is an international umbrella for all conformity assessment activities. In this moment, as also Cesar already said, I'm the chair of INET QI. INET QI is the international network for all the bodies that have to do with the international quality infrastructure that goes from ISO, UNECE, UNIDO, World Bank, and also the meteorological institutes and so on. So it's the most important network in our environment. So here you can see the members of this organization. The goals of this organization is to create synergies, to create policies that can develop the quality infrastructure in different countries, especially in Africa, Asia, where it is needed a support to develop new infrastructure. Few words to explain you what is the role of IAF and which is the endorsement of IAF in this regard. This starts years ago with the consideration regarding the non-tariff measures. So there are some studies that demonstrate that the problems for the trades, the most of the problems of the trades are related to the conformity assessment activities. You can see here the numbers. You can see that the conformity assessment part is a huge part of the problem in the barriers between the economies. The TBT agreement of WTO declare the importance of conformity assessment activities, really indicating this as a tool that could help the harmonization, the exchange of the goods in the community. Also, UNECE, with this recommendation, indicated the need to promote the use of existing international multilateral agreement. What is IAF? It's a global organization of accreditation body, regional groups, conformity assessment body association, industry association, and other stakeholders. So it's really a place. I usually use the image of a building. It's a building where there are many rooms, one room for each of these groups you can see on the screen, but also the important room is the room where all these bodies can talk each other at the same level with the same rights in order to find solutions. That's the point. It's a place where everybody can sit in order to find solution for our environment. The mission, the vision are accreditation makes the world better, and of course the mission is to facilitate trade and support sustainable development. This is the payoff for us. Certified ones accepted everywhere. This helps to avoid the duplication, redundancy of controls in all the countries. So if you, for example, are certified in Italy, that certification has to be accepted everywhere in the world. And the same, some certificate issued in Japan, for example, has to be accepted also in Italy. Of course, in order to have this, you need an harmonization of the behaviors of all the members. So it's easy to say certified ones accepted everywhere, but it's very difficult to reach this goal in order to guarantee the same level, the same approach, the same mechanism of assessment and audits in all the world. So this is the main goal of IAF, to guarantee the equivalence of the activities. Here you can see the structure. I try to highlight the fact that here there are in the structure, it's formalized the presence also of the stakeholders that are really a group of people that can influence the policies of the structure. The mutual recognition is guaranteed through a peer evaluation process. It means that there are auditors that check each other the activities. For example, as Cesare said, I'm the Vice General Director of Accreditation. In January, we will receive a peer evaluation, means 15 people, more or less, from all over Europe, plus someone from outside Europe that will come here 1 week to understand how we work, to check our files, and then we come with us also when we will perform assessment in some certification bodies or laboratories and so on. So it's a way to guarantee that the activity is carried out at the same level all over the world. There are many schemes today. So this is just only an overview of what we are doing here in Milano, so certification and inspection activities, but there are also other activities, but maybe in this regard it's better to focus on this point. So don't be scared by this. At the end, it means that there are standards. Accreditation has to be based on standards. So we follow ISO with this standard that is our focus in product, person, managing system, and so on. And after, so this is the standard applied by the certification body. You have the standard applied by the companies or by the person. So the level 5 is the standard applied by the clients at the end, the clients of the certification body. There are regional cooperation bodies. So in Europe, you have EA, and you see also all the other regions. So it's a mechanism that enforces the harmonization of the activities. This slide is 2020. However, just to give you a numbers of the numbers of the accredited CAPs. If you see here below, more than 10,000 CAPs, which are so conformity assessment body, are accredited. So of course, now we will have a few more, but just it's easy to understand which is the volume of activities in this regard. Here we have the partners, the companies, organizations that have an MOU with IAF in this moment. A few words regarding the schemes, because I know that you are managing one scheme, so it's important that you understand which is the picture of the schemes. We have many schemes today. Many, I mean, I give you an example. UNECE in these days is collecting the schemes applicable only for sustainability in textile, and they collected more than 75 schemes only for the textile. For sustainability in general, there are more than 500 schemes, and so you can see that there is in this moment really a pop-up of many schemes in different areas. What you can see here on the screen are the schemes that are maybe the historical one, the first scheme, so the international for aerospace, for automotive, and for telecommunication. But these are just only some examples. This is an example of GFSI. GFSI is an organization that tries to harmonize the activities in the food area. So all the schemes that are in food area are under the umbrella of GFSI. So this is also a way to facilitate the activity of IAF. So we will have some organizations that try to harmonize the activities of the schemes. We have two documents that are important to know. One at European level and one at international level. At European level, this is the document you can find on the web for free. And this is criteria that all the accreditation body in Europe has to follow in order to recognize one scheme. This gives the opportunity for a scheme to be evaluated only one time in Europe and not many times as are the economies in Europe. So if you, for example, apply to Accredia, it's only to Accredia to evaluate the scheme, and after the evaluation of Accredia is shared to the other members, and of course the other member can provide some input, but this simplifies the activity because only one body has to evaluate the scheme. Similar mechanism is established in IAF. This is MD25. Also, this is one available on the web. And this is also a set of rules that all the schemes have to be followed in order to be recognized by an accreditation body. So this is mostly applied outside Europe. So you have today two documents that are mandatory for the schemes. So if the idea is to have an evaluation of the scheme, these are the documents to be looked at. You can find also a couple of some information, additional information. There are some case studies. So example on how accreditation was able to help the regulators and to provide benefits. Here you have an example of case study. So it's an interesting box of ideas for regulators to understand how to use accreditation, which is the purpose of accreditation, how it could be beneficial for each country. We have every day, the 9th of June, the World Accreditation Day. This day is focused on implementation of the sustainability goals, sustainable goals. For your information, I launched in IAF Executive a new working group on sustainability, and the first meeting will be next week. We'll have around the table the most important organization, I think, in this moment for sustainability. I mean, World Bank, UNIDO, WWF, UNDP, so United Nations, ISO, and so on. So we will have many people around the rooms focus on to understand what is needed now, because there are many schemes in the market. There is a lot of confusion, so maybe it's needed some order, give some indication to all this in this area. So we will have a meeting. I think it will be very important for the development of the schemes in sustainability area. Here you can find some video. You can find on the web some video that are promoting accreditation and explaining better which are the goals of IAF. Maybe just let me be able to interrupt. Okay. Another, just a few words. I remember also an important goal that we have today is the possible merging with ILAC. ILAC is the International Organization for Laboratories. And so we are in a process to have a merger with ILAC. It's not easy because, of course, there are many different points, different opinions, and so on. We are merging two really big organizations with many members, many interests involved. However, the goal is to have one organization that will be able to be one voice with the regulators, and also to better understand which are the technical differences. Because if you stay separated, we have the problem that we go in different directions also by technical direction. So this is the main goal. Last point, as IAF, we are launching a database for management system certification, and this will be a worldwide database. We will have next month the vote, and if the vote passes, as I wish, if the vote passes, we will have in the near future a database for free for everybody. That could be a tool to validate the certificate, and also very useful for public tenders, for regulators, and also to understand the market, because today it's difficult to understand the volume of the market and the tendencies and so on. So I think it's important goals that we need to reach. So far, I finished. So if you need another explanation, happy to provide.
Oh, thank you very much, Emanuele. Really, thank you for your presentation, which is very interesting to us. We are very close to the standardization bodies. We also are we are scheme owners, to be precise, regarding our CMC accreditation.